Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Lydia Marie. Welcome back to my channel. Today, you guys, I am giving you my thoughts and review on the new Fenty Powder Foundation, the Pro Filt'r Powder Foundation. I got mine in the mail last week, and I've been wearing it all week long, and that's why I wanted to give you the review today. Give you my final thoughts to let you know if it's good for dry skin, because you know I have dry, mature skin. I want to let you know if it's good for dry skin, how it wears, what color I am, and just my general thoughts about the product. I'm wearing it right now, so if you'd like to know more about the new Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Powder Foundation for dry skin, I hope that you would keep watching. So first things first, we know that Fenty Beauty and Rihanna released this Pro Filt'r Powder Foundation. I believe it was last month, if I'm not mistaken, and I ordered mine a couple weeks after the release because I was going back and forth on whether or not, one, I needed it, and two, if I would really use it. And I wanted to kind of wait and see, you know, for dry skin. I was kind of skeptical about it, but I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and order it and try it for myself, you know, because you can watch all the reviews you want, but trying it on my own skin and seeing how it wore for me is always what I want to do. And this is always why my reviews might be a little bit later than some, because I always like to give a wear test of the product on me and see how it actually performs for me and if it lives up to, you know, what it claims to do. So this Pro Filt'r Foundation from the website says it is a buildable light to full coverage for all long wear, light as air, crease resistance. So you can build this powder foundation up. It's not something that you just put one swipe on and you're like, I'm completely covered. No, it's a powder foundation. So if you're familiar with powder foundations, you often have to go in a couple times and, you know, go over your face. So Fenty Beauty, you know, they have their standard packaging. And this foundation comes with a sponge. And to start off, I don't really like applying powders with the sponge. It's kind of old school to me, and it really does not do anything. When you can see, I'm showing you the application of how I applied it with the sponge. Even though they say the sponge is supposed to give you more coverage with this, I did not care for it. It just felt like it was too flimsy. Like, to me, the sponge is just a little too flimsy, and as you can see, I barely used it, but I wanted to show you the demo of me using this, or to apply it with the sponge. I didn't really care for the sponge. To me, it's not something that I would keep. However, I do like the fact that it comes with two mirrors, not one, but two in there. I always appreciate that. I got the shade 310. And I ordered it online, so I was not able to go to the store and kind of like swipe it. You know, you can't do that kind of thing anymore. But I compared it once I received it. I made sure to get my winter color, the color that I am now, and not go any deeper with this. So I compared it to my Sephora collection powder. As you can see, the same shade. And I compared it to my Maybelline powder. And so when I got it, I was like, okay, cool. This is a good match for me, because those are the two powders that I wear regularly. So the color match was spot on. So before wearing this foundation, as I do with any foundation, especially since my skin is on the drier side, I prepped my face, like heavily hydrated my face. So for this week, because I was trying out this particular product, I just stuck with the Fenty Skin in my morning routine, right? And then put this on. So I have on the cleanser, I cleanse my face, and then I have the toner, the fat water, and then the Hydro Visor sunscreen. So I have all that on, but as usual, when I put on makeup, I always prep my face with either the Milani Rose Oil or the, I think it's the e.l.f. primer or something like that. But today, for this week and with this foundation, I made sure my skin was extra hydrated. If you are wearing this foundation and you have dry skin, you need to make sure that your skin is hydrated. But for me, that goes with any foundation that is of a matte coverage, especially that's a powder. You need to make sure your skin is staying hydrated. They even tell you that on the Fenty website when you're wearing this, and they say you can apply it with a sponge. I use the brush, and I'm showing you how I applied the foundation on this side with this dense brush. I did not use a fluffy powder brush because I wanted the coverage to be coverage like a foundation coverage and not just as a finishing powder. Another thing I will say with this powder is I would not suggest putting on a foundation, like a liquid foundation first, and then this powder, because this powder it's powder, right? And it's more drying than it would be. So if you have on like a medium to full coverage foundation, like the Fenty hydrating foundation, I wouldn't do that and then put this powder underneath. This is not a finishing powder. This is an actual foundation. So if you want to wear something underneath, like right now, I only have on concealer, and I spot treated concealer and a little color correction. That was it. And then when I was done with the powder, I added blush and things like that, but I did not put foundation under this concealer and then I did not wear foundation and then put powder foundation on top. It would have been way too much. If you want to use a base for the powder, I would suggest like a CC cream or BB cream, something that's already hydrating if you want a little extra coverage. This is a foundation that you can take in and build up. Like I was building it up with this brush because again, this is the only foundation that I have on right now. So I prefer to apply it with a dense brush, something like this. If you want to use it as a finishing powder, like I said, I would make sure to use like a BB cream or a CC cream or something like that before applying the powder foundation. As far as wearability for this, during the week, this did wear really well. I did not see any creasing, like I tend to get a little bit oily right around here. And in my T-zone a little bit. I didn't see any creasing or anything. I did not apply it underneath my eyes because I don't need any powder under my eyes unless it's a light, like a finishing powder, like my Laura Mercier or something. But I don't put powder foundation underneath my eyes. I don't put foundation underneath my eyes normally because that is where my fine lines reside. So I kept it in the middle of my face and on the outskirts where I really need or where I really apply the foundation, especially on my cheek area where I have my hyperpigmentation. It wears really well. It's not super heavy. It didn't make my skin feel like it was dry, but then again, I prepped my skin to keep it hydrated throughout the day so it wouldn't suck it out. So it does wear well. I will say that. It definitely wears well. The color match is good. It applies smoothly with the brush. I don't know about that sponge. I get their vision for it, but I don't know about the sponge. As far as wearability though, it did wear well. I went outside with it. I kept it on, and sprayed my face down and stuff like that with my setting powder. And I didn't have any issues with it. I haven't had any reactions, no skin breakouts, thank God. And it doesn't have any smell or anything like that. So it does wear well. I will say that. It definitely wears well. Now the big question for me that I know I'm going to be asked, and the one that I feel like I can answer truthfully after wearing this foundation all week. Do you need it in your collection? Do you need it as a powder foundation? I would say no. And I would say no if you already have a powder foundation that you like or that's something that you wear regularly. Like I wear this Maybelline Superstay. I like a powder foundation. First of all, let me say that I am a person who likes a powder foundation. Every day you don't want to put liquid on. These are something cute to throw in your purse. You know what I'm saying? So if you want just some coverage and you want to go out or not go out or whatever, like we used to be able to, but you know what I'm saying? It's good for on the go. So if you want to use it to like touch up your face in the evening and you don't want to carry a bunch of liquid foundation, yes, definitely have something like this, like the Fenty Pro Filt'r. Would you need it in your collection if you already have something that you're using? I would say no. If you don't have a powder foundation and you're looking for one, would you get this? Yes, but there are other alternatives as well. So I'm partial to this one, the Superstay one that I've been using. And once I was able to compare the two, I'm like, okay, but to me, it wears the same, right? It's a powder foundation. So I have it. I'm definitely going to use it. I don't hate it. It is a good foundation, but do you need it in your collection? Nah, not really. You know what I mean? You can wear it. It's wearable. And that's not to say that it's bad quality. It's definitely not bad quality, but I would say if you already have like your Sephora Micro Smooth powder, your Maybelline or whatever it is, if you already have a powder foundation that you like, you can more than likely skip the Fenty foundation and save a coin. That's just my personal opinion. I would like to know if you are buying or you have purchased the Fenty foundation or the powder foundation, how do you like it? How is it wearing? The coverage is great. I will give you that now. The coverage is fantastic. There's no issues with that at all, especially when I was applying it with the brush and it goes on so light. I would even say it's definitely a little bit lighter than the Maybelline one because I think this is more air spun and it's not as pressed. So you can go lighter and heavier, and I think that's why they made it that way, so you can build it up. You can just wear a touch of it here and there where the sponge will come into play, or if you want to wear it as your coverage for the day, then you can definitely build it up. So I would give this on a scale of 1 to 5. I would give it like a 3.5. I just don't feel like if you have something that's working for you already that you need to go out and get a $36 foundation, powder foundation. Like if you have something, work with this working, because you're going to get the same result in my opinion based on the comparisons. And again, if you have dry skin, definitely want to hydrate your skin. Definitely do not want to add anything extra heavy underneath this powder foundation because it's just going to feel like way too much. So use like a BB cream and even spot the BB cream. Like don't put it all over. Let this foundation be your coverage and just put your spot treatments where you need it and use the foundation for the actual coverage of it. So that would be my suggestion on how to wear it. I'm definitely going to use it again. You'll definitely see me having it again, but I have powders too, in my opinion, that are already comparable to it. So if you want to go off of that, go off of that. I don't know how this wears for sensitive skin. Again, I can be a little sensitive here and there, but unlike their liquid foundations, this foundation does not have any smell, which I definitely appreciate. It does not have that same perfumey smell like this one has. It has a little smell to it. This one does not. So I feel like this is a good everyday powder. It's a good everyday foundation. You can use it to, you know, kind of brush you up if you're a little oily or something like that, or just use it as a finishing powder foundation. So thanks so much guys for tuning in today for my quick review of the new Pro Filt'r powder foundation from Fenty. Again, I'm in the shade 310. And again, these opinions and reviews are my own. This is not a sponsored post. I'm not getting paid to say yes or no. It's truly my own. I wore it for a week and these are my opinions. So let me know what you think in the comments. How does it look? I think it looks really good. It looks way better in this mirror than it does in my janky camera, but I think it looks really good. It wears well. I don't feel heavy. I don't feel sucked in or anything like that. So leave me a comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I will leave all my links below, every affiliate link. Follow me on my blog and on Instagram. And until my next review and tutorial, I will see you guys later. Be safe out there.